Ooh, that's really bright. Hey guys, what's up? It's Lainey, and today I am doing another Write With Me. This Write With Me is going to be a weekend-long vlog. So I haven't been doing a lot of writing this month yet in March, and I'm really disappointed in that. I got sick earlier this week. I got the flu, hazards of working at a hospital. I'm feeling better. I still have like a residual cough, and my voice sometimes kind of goes in and out, but I feel fine. Finally gonna start writing again today. I've been up for a while now, and this morning I have been filming some videos because I am behind on filming, so I need to bulk film some videos for the next few weeks. Since I've been drafting, and drafting is kind of just you sit at your computer and you write, I'm trying to test out some different styles of the Write With Me and try to not make it so, I don't know, boring. If there's things that I do in the Write With Me's that you guys really like or want me to expand on, definitely let me know down below. I want to make these videos, you know, worth your while. I'm trying to film a couple more videos right now, and then I'm going to start writing. I haven't eaten yet. I'm kind of getting hungry. I'm making a quick brunch thing. I'm making some eggs. Every room except for my office and my apartment is dirty. I need to clean so bad, but I'm not cleaning until tomorrow. So I'm going to be hanging out in my office all day because that's the one clean room I have. I got one more video to film, and then I'll be ready to start writing. Yeah. Finally, I'm sitting down to write. I'm going to be doing some sprints with my critique group. My goal today is to finish Act 1. I need to outline Act 2. Yeah, my current word count is 20,934. So basically 21,000. I'm just gonna dive right in. It is exactly 3:00 p.m. right now. I finished writing Act 1. Next, I have to outline Act 2. So what I am about to be doing is going back into my rewrite notebook that I've been using for all my rewrite kind of brain dumps. I need to reread my overall plot. When I talk about how my outlining process is right now, where I'm writing out the first act, writing the first act, then I'm outlining the second act, and then writing the second act. When I'm talking about that, so it's not like I don't know what's coming next, because like I have a good idea of what the middle needs to be. Before I even outlined, I wrote out an entire, I called it New Plot Brainstorm. And this is where I dumped all of like what I want to see in this entire draft, and it's kind of outlining because I do have like a beginning, middle, and end, but it's just not cohesive. It's not getting into like the subplots. It's more of just like the overall arc of the story. So I know what happens in the second act. I just don't know how it happens. It's about 6 pages in this legal pad here of the whole story of book 1. So right now I'm definitely going to be reading through kind of the overall arc of the story again, just so that like it's fresh in my mind. So far I have written 2,000 words today, which is awesome. So far today has been going pretty well. Still taking it kind of slow because if I stress myself out too much today, I'm not gonna want to work tomorrow, and I want to work tomorrow. That last hour was not productive at all. This outline, it's kind of hard. Just outlined like the first chapter. Don't like it. Try to outline the second chapter. Don't like that either. It's mostly like this little chunk before I get into the real part of the second act that I'm struggling with. Don't know what I'm doing. So I think I need to step back and take a couple hours to kind of like clear my head. I am back in my office, but I'm still not feeling this outlining right now. I kind of want to read. So I think I'm going to be reading a little bit. I'm going back and forth. I've been reading a chapter of Harry Potter Half-Blood Prince, then I've been reading a chapter of An Ember in the Ashes, and then I just got to a really good part of Ember in the Ashes, and I've been solidly reading that for probably the past hour. Now I'm like struggling with what to do. Either I should edit a video, because I do need to put one up by Monday, or just to read more of An Ember in the Ashes, because it's just like so damn good. I really like these kind of fantasy YAs. And on the other side, I should not have been reading this book, because now I just like feel awful about my own writing. I will never write as well as Sabatahir does, so what's the point? Why am I even trying to write? I'm hoping to have better luck tomorrow with Sharp Hollows. It's good because, like, as I was reading An Ember in the Ashes, not that I'm like drawing inspiration from it at all, but just like reading different situations inspires me as well. So I was like kind of breaking through some of the relationship issues that I have right now in Sharp Hollows. I've been like battling with different relationships in this book so far. One character and my main character, they're like supposed to have kind of, not, I don't want to say a romantic relationship, but more of like a budding of what could be a romantic relationship. And they did in the first version, but in the second version so far, in the first act, they've only interacted twice, versus in the first act of the original version, they had interacted way more in the beginning parts. I don't even know how you guys are going to react anymore to each other. They haven't been interacting enough. There's this other person that has a history with the main character, and he was supposed to be this super trash character, and he was in the first version, but then I ended up reworking a lot of his character and the way he thinks and his motives, and now he's like not as much as a fuckboy, but he still has like an elitist attitude. They're more using each other, but god damn it, they have really good chemistry. And I just like wrote a scene earlier today of them that was like the inspiration image I took from them was pretty much like the most famous Bonnie and Clyde image. That was just what I was thinking when I was writing that scene between them, or of them, and then I'm like, damn it, I can kind of get behind this. That's what I'm dealing with right now. It's like I'm holding myself back in writing them because like I won't let myself fully go there. But then they have these moments where it's like full on, I'm pretty much shipping them myself. And then I'm like, but wait, it's not how it's supposed to happen. So it's like battling between going with what you have planned and then the gut reaction that I have for them. I want to keep the balance. I'm also like trying to let myself just like, who cares? Just write what you want to write. I know love triangles, people don't like them, and I typically don't like them either. It takes me a lot to really like a really good love triangle. I get it when writers like have love triangles. You have characters have chemistry with each other, and it makes you want to kind of explore that. So I have to just like figure out, I shouldn't be afraid of a love triangle subplot, even if it does happen. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey, so it's Sunday and it is 4:00 p.m. I am just now sitting down to do things. I knew that daylight savings time was happening, but I didn't realize how much it was going to affect me. I tried getting up at like 9, which was technically 8, and then I'm like, nah, and then I went to sleep again, and then I woke up and it was like 11:45, and then I'm like, wow, I should really start doing things. I spent a lot of this afternoon, I suppose, cleaning, like a whole deep clean of my entire apartment. So now I feel better, and it's like put me in a good headspace now that I've cleaned. I was listening to interviews all morning, craft interviews of authors. So that has also cleansed all the things I was feeling about outlining, and especially last night. I was listening to this Q&A by Lori Elizabeth Flynn, who is a young adult contemporary writer, about taking risks with your writing, and it just totally correlated with the clip that I showed, the last clip I had of last night, and I am just feeling better now about the story. Just gonna do what feels right, and then if that's not what's right, I can always fix it. I don't want to hold myself back. I'm gonna head into my office to start finishing the outline. Hopefully it goes better, because now I feel better about it. So I just actually finished planning my week. I have like a lot of my stickers kind of hanging out around here because I'm like really obsessed with that now. I'm actually so happy because I finished outlining Act 2. I really like it. I like how it came together. While I was outlining Act 2, I came up with 2 things that I wanted to talk about real quick. The first one being not forcing it. I know that if I would have forced myself to write out this outline last night, it would not be the same as it is right now. Like, I know for sure there's like 3 or 4 scenes I thought of up today that I would not have thought of last night. I think that speaks for the creative well. I will say I still wrote the outline pretty slow because I was still constantly thinking, but my brainstorming part of the brain was really jiving this morning versus last night. It was just like shot dead. Second thing I want to talk about was making things easy in conflict. It's pretty early in Act 2 this happens, and this isn't so much as a spoiler, but I wanted to say it because it's a great example. My characters need to take a boat from point A to point B. The easiest way was just to get them on a boat and get to their destination, but I know it doesn't work like that. There needs to be conflict. Something needs to happen during that scene so it's not boring and unnecessary. I had to try to think up of a way to create conflict of them trying to get to point A to point B. So I thought of a way that messes everything up and gets them off track. That doesn't mean you always have to have something messed up, but you know, I've been rewatching The 100 on Netflix, at least the first 2 seasons, because I'm currently in season 3 and I actually don't like season 3, but the first 2 seasons of that show are incredible. That show has the best example of how to handle conflict right. There's always something, nothing is ever easy for those characters. They need to do something, but there's always something in the way before they can achieve it. And I've been constantly thinking about conflict because of The 100, because The 100 does conflict so well. That was what I was thinking of when I was outlining. And I think I failed at conflict in the first version of Sharp Hollows. There are some things that I'm like remembering that the characters achieved different things too easily, and I wasn't thinking too much of the conflict. So in this outline, even in this act, I was really hitting on the conflict aspect and how I need to not make things happen so easily, because now in Act 2 they're getting into the journey part of the story, so they can't just have everything come to them while they're traveling. There needs to be things that get them off track. With that being said, really happy with the outline I came up with. I'm actually going to end the vlog here. This is the video that's going to be going up on Monday. It's still pretty early. I'm actually going to make dinner right now, and then I don't know what I'm going to do. I might start writing, I might not, and I'm not going to force it, which is probably the theme of this vlog. I know this Write With Me was a lot more chatty than my other ones, but I kind of missed, you know, talking to you guys about exactly what I'm doing. My name is Lainey. I make videos about books and writing every Monday and Friday. Hope you guys all have a really great day, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye!